It is time to create your dream life. Welcome to the Manifest with LogCast. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel as we help introduce individuals to spirituality. This is going to be an action-packed program today. We have a bunch of questions from a lot of the different people we work with, so let's go ahead and dive right in. So the first thing that I wanted to put into this podcast is actually a reply to a video that I did where I was talking about giving a homeless person a Subway sandwich. And one of these individuals said, you know what would have made you a better person? If you bought a homeless person a sandwich and didn't post about it. So the reason why I wanted to actually include this in the video, especially the start of the video, is just to show people that literally no matter what you do, no matter how good you are, no matter what good you provide the world, there will always be somebody who is insecure with themselves, who is trying to put you down, and who is probably in a really dark situation themselves, okay? So you could literally cure cancer, and there is still going to be somebody out there trying to put you down for literally saving the world. You're essentially saving the world. You could literally save the world, and people are going to be like, oh, that's not your job to save the world. Why are you doing that? And you got to realize with these people is that they're coming from a place of just deep anger and likely hatred towards themselves, and seeing anybody succeed or do something good makes them feel worse because they're at a lower vibrational level when it comes to their feeling of self-love. So just realize that if you are interacting with somebody who is kind of like this person in the comments, realize they got a lot going on. So it's not to say that what they're doing is okay, but you need to go in with a higher sense of consciousness and just provide, a loving response the best you can in these situations. It is easier said than done. It takes a lot of time, as you probably will realize. So this next individual, they write in that they sometimes love the universe. So this is an interesting one. Imagine being in a place where you are once a year. While being there, you think about Avicii's great song, Don't Wake Me Up. I like that song. 1 hour later, you hear this song through the speakers all over the place. I love the universe. So this is amazing because this is the type of affirmation that you should be saying every single day. I love the universe. I love what the universe is providing for me. I love all the wonderful things that the universe gives me on a daily basis to know that it's on my team. I love all the beautiful people and all the beautiful experiences and all the beautiful food and music and all the different things that the universe brings to me effortlessly. This is how you manifest peace, happiness, joy, and love into your life. It's by being grateful for the universe. So it's interesting. I almost wonder if this is kind of like a poem because it says, I sometimes love the universe. We need to always love the universe. And if our affirmation and mindset is that I always love the universe and I always love what the universe brings me, the universe, the law of attraction, all these different things will bring you even more reason to love the universe. That is the wonderful thing about all this stuff. The more you love it, the more you can feel it, the more you can just be joyful regardless of what's happening, the more you will have love, joy, peace be brought to you effortlessly. So go ahead and like the video if that fired you up to get inspired to use this affirmation. It's a really good one. So in addition to that, this next person is talking about their celebrity crush leaving them on read. Okay, this is an interesting one. How can I fix this? It says, my message is seen, but seems like no matter what I think, I get no replies. Help. So this is a prime example of having a large amount of resistance to manifesting a SP or a specific person. And a lot of times when people are manifesting a specific person, usually in a sense of like a relationship where they're trying to get love, they manifest from a place of deep lack of not having that person, instead of having a positive anticipation that potentially someday they will have that person, okay? So instead of having internal love for themselves, they are trying to outsource that love essentially to, in this case, this celebrity crush. So for this individual, affirmations could help, but really what I see a lot of times with these people, this specific instances with SPs, is that they need to do more internal work on loving themselves unconditionally. Because if you fall in love with yourself in an unconditional sense, where you love every single part of your body to the best of your ability, right? This is an evolving thing. You will so rapidly find love in your life that will make you actually satisfied and actually happy for long term. When it comes to manifesting, it should never feel like this, to the point where you are going on a Reddit feed and basically begging for help. It should never feel bad. It should feel effortless. It should feel joyful. It should feel very easy. And basically, you need to start enjoying the idea of potentially being with your celebrity crush or SP without actually having them. And the more you have thoughts that dominate that mindset, the quicker and faster you will have an SP or relationship that actually makes you happy. So, on top of that, this individual is starting to manifest. There's someone I'm super interested in. So another SP or relationship. We stopped texting, but I wanted to continue talking with him and ask him on a date eventually. Recently, I got into manifestation. I'm still learning though. What is the best way to manifest a text? Being asked out, and what would you tell to somebody who wants to start doing manifestation? So again, one of the biggest things I always have to address with people is you need to manifest from a place of deep love and actually what you desire, and not a lack of those specific things. So if you're trying to manifest a relationship, you need to feel deep-rooted love for yourself if you want a relationship that actually manifests as something good. Of course, this is just my advice. You don't need to do the inner work, but the second you get that manifestation and potentially this person, they are likely going to feel you hanging because you have just introduced a condition to having love. So if that person is not in your life, you will not feel love. See how that works? So if you already feel full love for yourself before they come into your life, they're just going to amplify your love. So that's the first thing. When it comes to manifesting a text, this is where I think visualization is really, really good. So if you're sitting down to meditate, what I would do is, you could put in some headphones, some light music, but simply close your eyes and imagine yourself typing on your iPhone, Android, or whatever, a text to your SP or significant other, whatever you're trying to do. And then in your mind's eye, you will literally imagine them sending a text back just at some point. You can imagine a specific thing, and you're basically going to rehearse this in your head, potentially every 10 to 15 minutes if you're in a place where you can. In the morning and before bed's a really good time, because in the morning, your vibrations are basically set back to baseline. So if you start the day with a really good positive mindset like this, you're setting up your entire day for having high vibrations about that specific aspect for manifesting your SP, okay? And then before bed, if you do it right before bed, that visualization is basically getting downloaded into your brain. So then instead of just going unconscious to all the bad things that are happening in your life, you're going to bed basically setting up your dreams and setting up your mind for 6 to 8 hours of sleep, however much you get, of just thinking about that thing. So visualization is really crucial. And one of the things you can also do, one of the things that I've done in trying to get an SP, is just to literally talk with them, almost having like an imaginary friend. And this seems crazy to people outside of this, but you are basically getting comfortable to the idea of someday I'm going to have this conversation with this person, so I might as well start practicing doing it. So then the second it actually does happen, it's not going to make you feel like a nervous wreck. So go ahead and drop a like if that gave you some good actionable tips and insight. So in addition to that, core beliefs are by far the biggest thing when it comes to manifestation block. So changing your core beliefs is so crucial, and the way we do this is through shifting our identity of the person that we are today to the person that we want to be. So let's use the example of money, because that seems to be something that's always hot on the press for people. What if one of our core beliefs is that we never get enough money, or we never have enough money, or I have always just lacked money, or I've never been able to hold it? What if that's our core belief? So it's really simple. Just need to take some time, some paper, maybe write it down. You can do this on your phone too. That's what I did. And you're just going to write down what you want your belief to be. And this could be, I always come into money easily. I make excess amounts of money so I can donate it and help out my family. I am always somebody who manages money good. This is literally what you need to do. And from this state of being, you're going to constantly remind yourself every single day of that belief change. You are reframing your identity. And it's going to seem weird at first. It's going to feel unknown. It's going to seem like, what is this really doing? But if you persist in this 2 days, 3 days, 7 days, by the end of a month, by the end of even a day, you're going to feel better. But 3 days, and especially by the end of the week, you're going to notice profound changes in your mindset about money in this sense, or whatever belief you're trying to basically change for yourself. And it's going to show up in your life. There's going to be new people you meet. There's going to be new emails you get, new texts, new random run-ins with people, new epiphanies or ideas that just pop into your head about, okay, I can do this to make myself even more of a money magnet. Or maybe you're trying to get a relationship. I can change my identity a little more and have a little different affirmation of like, oh, I always run into people that are so lovely, and maybe one day they'll be my significant other, right? That's about changing your core beliefs, is changing into the person you want to be and acting like that person, okay? So, in addition to that, this individual is trying to manifest happiness for their mother. This is a really interesting one because I know we know a lot of people who are suffering, and it just feels so heartbreaking seeing my parents, especially my mother, be so depressed and constantly stressed out. I know that she has been through a lot, and it clearly shows in her personality and the way she's acting. I feel like her attitude is affecting me as well. It 100% is, which is why you're trying to change her. My relationship with my mother is very complicated. I never know how to behave around her. And I feel like I can never be truly myself when I'm with her. So you can read the rest of that, but this will be just off the cuff, you can never manifest happiness for somebody else. The only way somebody else can be happy is if they decide to be happy. With that said though, if you manifest happiness for your own self, as in this person who's trying to manifest it for the mother, you need to manifest happiness for yourself, and that will raise your vibration to a level of just being unconditionally happy regardless of what's happening on in the outside world. The people around you will either do two things. One, they will start to slowly creep into your vibrations of being unconditionally happy, regardless of what's going on, or they will get so agitated that they will just completely cut out of your life. And I'm guessing since this is your mother and they probably don't want to cut you out of their life, they're probably going to be seeing like, okay, this, my daughter or my son is happier, and I'm not quite sure why. It just seems like he's always in a good mood, so maybe I'll try it. And that's where you just need to really work on yourself to be as consciously happy as you can, because as you mentioned here, I never know how to behave around her, and I feel like I can never be myself. Your vibrational capacity for being yourself and just being your genuine, authentic self is being lowered to her because she is not happy. And that's not a good thing. So you really, really need to be conscious around loved ones, family members, and friends who aren't at the same level as you. And with some time, especially after even just a couple weeks of you practicing this for yourself, you're going to notice so much profound change in their happiness. Just because you did the work for yourself. It all starts with the inward work. If you don't feel happy and you don't think your mother will ever be happy, you will consistently see the same thing reoccurring and manifesting into your life, because the law of attraction will bring more circumstances that will reaffirm that for you. So go ahead and drop a like if that gave you some good knowledge. In addition to that, this is terrible and sad. Ooh, be prepared for this one. I need help. I visualize all day being with my friends, and yesterday I couldn't manifest a Halloween invitation from them. Oh man, so this goes into a couple things, but the first thing is the fact that if you do not have a lot of self-confidence and belief in your manifestations, you will not be able to manifest really big and really important things very fast. So this person is probably new to manifestation, and the thing is, if you don't have the confidence and belief that you can do something like this, a lot of times it's not going to happen. And especially when you're first starting out, you haven't built enough belief through pushing yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit and trying all these different techniques. You think that just day one, visualizing your significant other or visualizing yourself having $1 million is going to literally poof it into your bank account. But it has nothing to do with the actual manifestation. It's about changing who you are as a person. It's about changing your personality traits through these inspired actions, through all the different affirmations, visualizations, etc. So just because you visualized it doesn't necessarily mean it could happen. Especially if the second you come out of that visualization, you're literally thinking, oh, there's no way this is going to happen. And maybe you're not consciously saying that, but subconsciously, since you haven't reprogrammed yourself, you're probably still coming from a place of insecurity and lack that this has always happened to you. And likely that is probably why this has happened. So, one-off events like this will literally kill people where they're like, I tried to manifest a text from my SP and guess what? It didn't happen. The law of attraction doesn't work. Okay, you're going to take literally one instance of a small Halloween invitation or a text or not getting that raise or whatever you're trying to manifest and take that as the law of attraction not working. By the law of attraction, you will get more instances of that happening into your life instead of looking at it as, oh, this was for my greater good. Maybe, it was good to have some alone time so I could work on my inner qualities. And, there's Thanksgiving coming up, there's Christmas coming up, there's so many parties coming up all the years around, and maybe I can be with them then. And that's how I would definitely look like it as well. So if you are manifesting your SP to be cured from an incurable chronic illness, I've manifested a new romantic SP who is everything I ever wanted in someone. However, they got a shoulder surgery where the doctor made a mistake during it 2 years ago, and now they have chronic pain. There's apparently no cure, so they want to help manifest this. But as mentioned in the lower part, the SP is discouraged, or the SP says things to her that discourages her and believes that it's not manifesting. So when you are trying to manifest healing for somebody else, first things first, you need to realize that if that person does not think that they can be cured, if they think it can be, it's going to last forever and it's not going to get better, that's it. That's literally it. There's no matter how much you believe something can happen. If somebody else doesn't believe it can happen, it's game over. So that's the first thing. But you can greatly influence this by your vibration about that specific person. So if you have thoughts and feelings about that person that are constantly like, he's getting so much better, he looks so much better, I'm so grateful how better he's looking, and I know in just a year we're going to be able to do so much stuff we weren't able used to because he wasn't feeling quite as good. If those are the thoughts that are filling your brain and mind more often than the thoughts of it'll never get better, or I bet they're going to tell me something bad, or they just went to the doctor and it's just going to get worse. If you have more positive than negative thoughts about your significant other or your SP, their vibration will change because you see them in a different light. Many times your external representation of different people in the world are exactly how your internal dialogue is for yourself. So I would guess that you're just so scared of this never getting better, especially since you said it's everything you ever wanted. But there's a caveat as they have this shoulder surgery and they're going through some stuff. So if this person is everything you wanted, you need to have unconditional love about this shoulder surgery and realize that with you showing love and care to this person, it's going to rapidly heal, because with that love and care for them, even if they have this thing, they're going to feel that. They're going to feel better about themselves. They're going to want to do more stuff with their arm over time. They're going to feel less pain. Maybe they're going to want to meditate more, and meditation is a great way to raise your vibrations, and it will literally happen so fast. So drop a like if that gave you some good actionable tips and knowledge. In addition to that, we need to talk about how you can attract goals when nothing is happening, circumstances look impossible. I can't seem to accomplish any goal I have set. When I was younger, I could attract about 75% of my goals. Now it seems impossible to attract any happiness. Nothing is happening right now. Literally nobody talks to me. My roommates can't attract friends, relationships, blah, blah, blah. All right, so here's the big thing. You attract emotions first. You need to work on your inner emotions. So this means you need to attract and feel the emotion of happiness without any of this stuff happening around you. You need to attract the feeling of love without any of these things happening to you. And it's not even that you need to attract it, you just need to sit down and feel it. Literally sit down. If you don't meditate, this is a great time to start that, and just feel, what does love feel like, right? Yeah, it's nice, it's calming, it's soothing. What about joy? What about abundance? Yeah, I feel alive. It just feels so freeing and like I can do anything. So that's going to be the way to attract all these things into your life. It's just going inward with your emotions and being able to feel those things without any of those things. Because if you need these different things to make you feel some type of way, you're going to always need things outside of you to make you feel that type of way, okay? In addition to this person talked about not being able to accomplish any goals. Here's the deal. Goals are a landmark. They are not something that you're going to literally 100% obtain exactly how it is. So if you have a goal to get maybe a new romantic partner or $1 million, that's literally just a landmark of where you're trying to go towards. The manifestation and the way that happens is going to change so much that by the end of it, you're going to be like, oh yeah, it happened, and I really didn't need to stress about it as much as I thought I did, because in all reality, the goal is just getting you to do actions to move towards it. If you have that goal to get that relationship, you're not literally just going to get gifted a relationship out of the heavens. It's going to make you think like, okay, maybe where should I meet somebody? Where do I usually go? I like to go to coffee shops. I like to go to the gym. I like to do gardening clubs. So maybe I can look around there and ask some of the friends and people I know around there if they know anyone who needs to be dating. And well, I haven't really worked on myself internally a lot, and I've had some troubles in the past with recent relationships on managing my emotions, so maybe I'll take some time to do that. And that will get you way, way, way quicker in your actual goals that will manifest for yourself, and you'll feel so much better along the way. So on top of that, this individual is talking about angel numbers or seeing specific numbers, so can't stop seeing 111 or quadruple 1111. Past few months, I've been seeing the numbers, blah, 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 every day. I've been seeing the numbers more and more recently, and usually when I'm thinking of a new friend I made a few weeks back, every time he pops up in my mind, or when we talk, I see 111 or 1111 immediately after. Find this strange, blah, blah, blah. Can anyone help me figure it out? So this is a really cool thing where if you have specific numbers in your life that mean something for you, the universe knows this, and this is one of the serendipitous moments where a lot of times there'll be timings throughout the day where you just look down at the clock during something that is so perfect for you, and you're like, oh yeah, it's my time. So for me, my birthday is on December 19th, which is 12/19, and I can't tell you how many times I will literally look down at my phone or my watch, 12/19, and my favorite song in the world is playing, or I'm literally about to take a bite of my favorite food. Or I just got home and my dog's giving me, the dog jumps where they just love you and lick you and stuff. 12/19, okay? We all have different numbers and different things that our subconscious mind knows makes us feel some type of way and makes us get excited. And this is one of those really cool small manifestations that people undermine, is that this is still exciting. This is a serendipitous moment that will give you momentum, make you feel good on your way towards bigger manifestations. These smaller manifestations are basically clues, especially with these angel numbers, that you are on the right path and you are going in the right direction. And the more you are aware of these numbers, and specifically aware of the numbers and what you are doing when you see the numbers, you will quickly see how all of these kind of go together, and how they spur along your bigger manifestations. So angel numbers are a super fun thing. In addition to this individual is wanting some information about their SP. Is there anyone who can answer my questions and tell me if I'm on the right track? My manifesting buddy recently blocked me because she said this is not how manifesting works, and that I am placing my SP on a super high pedestal. I would guess your person who blocked you is probably on the right track. I don't think coaching is worth it, and I don't have the money anyway, so my only source of studying the law and listening to LOA stuff. But I believe I have difficulty applying what I study. I also have generalized anxiety disorder, which makes it difficult for me to stay consistent. Let's address this last thing first. So the first thing is that this person already identifies themselves with a label of having generalized anxiety disorder. What I would highly recommend, anyone who's going through like medical stuff or these different things, you need to start looking at yourself as somebody who maybe has mild anxiety disorder or has small bouts of anxiety or never has anxiety, right? You need to stop looking at yourself as somebody who has this label, because if you always label that thing as the reason why you can never study or never be productive or you will never study, never be productive, never be able to focus, never have good relationships because of this condition you're placing upon yourself. You're literally slapping a label on yourself and saying, this is the reason why I can't do this thing. Let's say, for example, maybe this person's really good with money. And what if I just went to them today and told them like, yeah, I'm going to put you as a label as poor. You're in the lower 1% of the socioeconomic class. And that person is like, no, I'm not. I have this amount of money. Oh, okay, so that label seems right, but why can we not change this one to where you want to be? It's the same concept. We're changing the label about where we want to be. So in addition to that, Manifesting Buddy recently blocked me because the SP is on a high pedestal. A lot of times people, when they're manifesting their SP, are coming from an extreme place of a lack where they don't have good, deep-rooted love for themselves. So when they're trying to manifest an SP or somebody outside of them, they're literally attracting, by the law of attraction, somebody who will bring in love that is completely conditional. Isn't that interesting? So not only are they attracting somebody who also only has conditional love for themselves, as in they will only love certain things about that person, but the second this person gets out and dips, gets out and leaves, they're going to feel lack of love again. So a couple things here. I think I would just focus on reframing the generalized anxiety disorder, because I think that can send people into a world of tailspin. My personal example, I used to have really bad anxiety about food. I actually had a pretty bad eating disorder where I would get scared to eat food because I was scared I was going to gain weight. And the way I worked around this is a lot of different things, but I started looking at myself as somebody who just ate whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted, ate whatever they wanted to feel good, and that my body will naturally be the perfect body size for me. And guess what? That exact thing has happened for me. And the same thing can happen to you with any type of mental diagnosis or whatever. And this is definitely how I would recommend going upon that. So go ahead, drop a like if this gave you some good knowledge and valuable insight. We're going to keep moving on here. This individual is talking about manifesting through garbage days. I really like this one. Manifesting when everything feels like hot garbage is a whole different ballgame than manifesting when everything is feeling aligned. When the world is trash and your mood changes, how the heck do you keep that manifesting magic alive? So this is where we can introduce polarities into the mix. So the law of polarity basically states that there's two ends of a stick when it comes to manifesting. So let's say there's somebody who's really rich and somebody who's really poor, okay? Somebody who's really rich might seem like a good thing to reach towards because, a lot of money for, most people in society, they think that's going to make them happy. And being poor is a bad thing because not a lot of money is going to make you not happy. In all essence and honesty, neither of these things are good or bad. They are just simply is. They are polarity, right? They're just showing you one way to live versus another way to live. So when we talk about garbage days, we could say garbage days are on the bottom while perfect days are on the top. Neither of these are inherently bad. It's your perspective about the day. So if you have a garbage day where like nothing is going good for me, everything's bad, guess what? You are introducing a condition into having good days where the only time you have quote unquote good perfect days are when everything goes quote good for you. But what if the garbage days are actually your subconscious mind, your inner being, and your higher self trying to get you on the path to have more perfect days? This is how I have looked at basically every single aspect of my life. Is every single thing that happens to me, every single second of every single day is for my greater good. I just got my tires popped out when I was going to the store. It's for my greater good. I don't know how or why, but I will find out soon enough. So I'm going to have a positive attitude about this, because if I have a negative attitude, that's going to lower my vibrations and ruin the rest of the day. And that's literally the level of consciousness that you need to be coming across if you want to truly have less quote unquote garbage days. And this is how I do it for myself personally. I will say, for another example, there was a day where I was trying to manifest a new car. And I literally sat in the car parking lot for almost 6 hours just staring at the car. And it felt so bad. I felt so much lack, because I'm like, oh, I want it so bad. And what I learned from that day is that it seemed like a garbage day at the time, but what I learned is that I was manifesting terribly wrong there. Manifesting should be light, fun, and easy, and that was not light, fun, or easy. It was extremely desperate, and it made me feel like complete trash. So that day was not garbage. That day was a huge learning lesson of how to actually manifest better, and has catapulted my manifestations rapidly into the future. So reframe those garbage days into their days that are actually even better than my normal days, because they're going to teach me more stuff about how to be a better person, have unconditional love and happiness regardless of the outcome, and to just feel better throughout the day. So drop a like if that gave you some good knowledge. This individual is talking about the law of attraction working in reverse. Had job interviews, uni exams that was to happen, really optimistic, blah, blah, blah. And then it didn't go well how I imagined it would be. I got nervous, got some negative thoughts. So long story short, sometimes when I'm positive, everything goes positive too. It's like backwards law and law of attraction works both at times for me. I don't know what's going on. So this is probably a self-concept for this person where numerous times through their lives, especially when they were studying for uni exams or doing job interviews, that they felt like every time something good happened, something bad had to happen equally to kind of balance it out. I used to feel like this a lot of the times. I remember I was getting highs and highs in my life, and I was like, it's only a matter of time before this all comes crashing down, right? You got to balance the world out. And a lot of people that aren't introduced to spirituality or the laws of the universe think this exact same thing too. But thankfully, you're watching this video and you won't make the same mistake. So the way we look at this is that the law of attraction will bring you more and more things that you're thinking and feeling about. So if you're thinking and feeling that, oh, it went bad, I got a little nervous and maybe that's going to mess up, the world and the universe is going to bring you more and more experiences and thoughts and feelings about this to reaffirm what you're feeling deep down internally about yourself. So we need to kind of reframe that idea that the law of attraction is never working in reverse. It's always working for me. I love the laws of the universe and how they bring me joy and happiness through every single aspect of life. And I love how easy the laws of the universe and the law of attraction makes everything for me every single second of every single day. That's a great affirmation rampage for you. Shout out to Abraham Hicks. Rampages of appreciation always go a good way. In addition to that, this individual is talking about the side effects of medicine. And if they are imagined, can we control withdrawal or how effective a medicine is? Like one of the side effects of the med I'm taking is that you'll be dizzy. Is this in my head? Every single medication, surgery, food, everything. I mean, literally everything is a placebo to some degree. Literally everything is a placebo to some degree. So if you have a lot of people, and especially doctors saying you're going to feel this way, so be careful after, don't hurt yourself, don't drive, blah, blah, blah. You're going to think that every time you take that pill, you are going to be feeling that type of way. And then you look on WebMD of all these terrible side effects, and not only are you going to be dizzy, but you're going to be throwing up, and you're going to be doing having diarrhea, and you might even have stomach pains. Yes, you're literally priming yourself to think the second you take these pills, it's going to do that. This also goes on the positive side though too, and where people can get into trouble where they take a medicine and they think that it has so much power that it's going to work so well. But if I stop taking this medicine, I'm going to start feeling bad again. So it can kind of go in tandem both ways. I'll tell you something. A couple months ago, actually about 8 months ago, I had a really bad experience where I dropped a barbell on my stomach and I had burning through my whole body. I had nerve pain. I had severe weakness. I had stomach cramps. I had diarrhea for almost 2 months. I actually have a video on my channel of myself talking about this experience and how I healed myself for it. I was getting prescribed stomach medication because they thought I had an ulcer, and I definitely didn't have an ulcer at all. And this isn't to say the doctors didn't know. They only know so much to do what they can help with, and they tried to help a lot, and they were all very kind, but I knew deep down this was not an ulcer. So I stopped taking the medication, and I stopped doing some inner work on myself, and just feeling like, I think I can heal this. I can heal this. I brought belief into myself to realize that I can heal this. And long story short, today I have literally had so much energy. I've never felt better. It is all completely gone, and I have so much vibrance to be alive. I'll tell you one of the funny things I do too. I have this kind of placebo pill that I take every day. This is literally magnesium with like vitamin D in it. And it's my genuine placebo pill where I literally take one of these every single day, and it's just a reminder to enjoy my body. It's a placebo pill to enjoy my body. So I will literally take one of these usually when I'm eating, and I'll sit down and just be like, I'm so happy my body is so perfectly happy and healthy. I'm so grateful for just having so much energy so I can do all the fun things that I want to do. And I made a placebo for myself, and you can do that too. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Please drop a like and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. We help individuals get introduced to spirituality. And once you're done doing that, you're going to want to check out this video right here where we go on a deep dive for even more manifestation, law of attraction, and laws of the universe, frequently asked questions. You can create your dream reality in just a few minutes. Check that out. We'll see you next time.